Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your daily dose of zombies news from the game and its community here on Cod Zombies HQ. Thank you so much for tuning in today, because for the very first time, we now have some concrete details about a massive cross Call of Duty Zombies event, which will go live in-game very soon. Yesterday, the Zombies community was given some basic kind of general details about a new kind of open world Zombies experience. If you want those preliminary details, there in yesterday's video, because in this video a lot of people have now gone digging and looking inside of the code of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War to find out specific details about what this game mode is, how it ties into Cod Zombies and Warzone at the same time, and what we can expect to actually do when this game mode goes live. There is a lot to break down here, so buckle up because this is going to be good. First things first, judging from the text strings within the game itself, we now get a description of what exactly this new game mode and event is. That begins pretty general in scope, but it tells us a little bit of what we can expect. It says, fight off the zombie horde in Warzone and Outbreak, the all-new Black Ops Cold War Zombies mode. Complete each set of Warzone and Outbreak challenges to unlock the 2 exclusive event blueprints. So that firstly gives us the confirmation that this is not just a Cold War Zombies event, that this is actually a Call of Duty wide event that includes both Cold War Zombies and Call of Duty Warzone, and that by playing the mode there will be exclusive rewards to earn, specifically 2 exclusive event blueprints. Now this new Outbreak game mode will be played across both Warzone and in Cod Zombies. Each will have their own version of the Outbreak game mode, but for now, based on the details we have, we're kind of expecting them to be fairly similar, where the Warzone version will be player versus environment, with the zombies as that environment, and the Cod Zombies version of the Outbreak mode will just be traditional co-op player versus environment, where over on Warzone, already in-game right now, players are finding various trials machines from zombies maps in the Warzone Verdansk map, with an activation prompt that allows you to activate zombies within Warzone. So it seems likely that these trial machines, which are already inside of Warzone but aren't working yet, are expected to not actually be the Outbreak mode itself, but rather just be a little bit of a teaser for what the mode will be in the run-up to its release we expect at the beginning of Season 2 for Call of Duty Cold War, where in that teasing period before the event will actually release, perhaps it'll release a zombie horde or a special defense objective within a localized area inside of the Warzone map. Now, beyond these trial machines, there is actually specific details about what the Outbreak mode will consist of, but so far it seems like the details we have for the mode are tied to the Warzone version. But with the Warzone version and the Cod Zombies version both being called Outbreak, we can assume that there will be extreme similarities between the Warzone and the co-op versions of the game mode, with the first of these similarities being the way you acquire new items within the mode itself. Now, of course, since the launch of Warzone, weapon crates have been a staple of a way to get weapons early in the game, as well as various materials, and since the Coffin Dance Easter egg on Die Maschine and then the Bad Bunny Easter egg over on Firebase Z, we now have a similar loot crate system within Zombies. Well, the text strings for the Outbreak game mode in Warzone reference a specific kind of special Zombies Outbreak crate that can be opened within that game mode, with the Cod Zombies version set on a large-scale fireteam map, which is at its core a multiplayer map. Just like the Onslaught mode, we can probably expect there not to be some traditional Zombies map features that we know and are used to, like wall buys or pack-a-punching or even the mystery box, that perhaps the way you actually are able to get better weapons and perks and armor within the Outbreak game mode in Cod Zombies will be the same way you get it in Warzone, that is through the random loot crates that you can either earn or will be scattered around the large map. Next up, specifically in the Warzone version, there are 2 kinds of zombies mentioned. We have the regular zombies, just regular infected, just like we see in the Cod Zombies mode. Then we have the Special Infected, which could either refer to some kind of player-controlled zombies that you get to become after you go down, similar to the Haunting of Verdansk event in the past, or it could be actually the introduction of Special Infected zombies from Die Maschine and Firebase Z, where you might actually be able to see megatons, manglers, and or mimics spawn into a Warzone map, which on its flip side for the Outbreak co-op mode for Cod Zombies, we can probably expect a similar thing where special infected enemies like megatons, manglers, and mimics will spawn during some special kind of challenge or objective within the Fireteam map where the game mode is set. Speaking of objectives, the game itself specifically references that phrase objectives when referring to the Outbreak game mode over on Warzone. So while Warzone players have been able to get contracts in the past with certain tasks they need to complete in order to get a certain reward, a new objective system introduced as part of the Outbreak game mode may kind of be breaking that trend, where over on the co-op Cod Zombies side, where you don't have that PvP element, objectives could possibly be the way the game gives you actually just something to do in this huge open world zombies environment, rather than just walking around aimlessly in the forest with nothing particularly interesting going on. This is a problem that the Onslaught game mode has that just doesn't really present you with any kind of varied or interesting objectives, and the quality and engagement of this objective system for the Outbreak mode will be the make or break feature on the zombie side of the Outbreak game mode. For Warzone, I think it'll probably matter a lot less because you have that player versus player environment to contend with. Next up, now we don't have 100% confirmation of where the Warzone version of the Outbreak mode will be set, whether it'll be set on the traditional Verdansk Warzone map or if it'll be set on a Fireteam map from Black Ops Cold War multiplayer, but we do know 100% that the Zombies version will be set on a Fireteam map. For sure, between the two modes, both of the maps will be extremely large, which poses the question of traversal. Within the game code on the Warzone side, there is a specific challenge for running over a certain amount of zombies with a vehicle. So obviously on the Warzone side, there will be vehicles to help you traverse the map. We can assume the same will be true over on the Cod Zombies side, meaning that for the first time ever, we will actually be able to have drivable, interactable vehicles within a zombies specific game mode in Cod Zombies, which is definitely a really exciting feature that Cod Zombies has never seen before. The second main method of traversing the map is through something Treyarch is calling warps. Now we can assume warps might just be something like teleporters or some kind of dark ether portal that you enter into and emerge in a totally different area of the map itself. Whether you would emerge in a random different warp or if you can choose the actual location where you'll warp to is not determined yet, but I think we can expect this system to kind of work a similar way in both the Warzone and the Cod Zombies version of the Outbreak game mode. Within the Warzone version and within a Warzone match itself within the Outbreak game mode, there's going to be something called world events. Something that happens to the entire map during a certain period. There's kind of 3 events we know of so far. The first is called the Outbreak event, the second is called the Infestation event, and the third is a Giant Infection event that we can assume will kind of take place on certain areas of the map for a certain period of time, maybe causing players to avoid those areas while they're active, or even trying to traverse into those areas to claim a special reward. On the flip side, for the Cod Zombies Outbreak mode, there could be something similar, but because it doesn't have that PvP element, perhaps the Outbreak, Infestation, and Giant Infection world events might end up tying into certain challenges and objectives that players need to complete. In terms of specific details referenced in the game code itself, that's what we got for now, but as updates and teasers for the launch of this Outbreak event continue to pile up, we can expect the details to continue to pile on in the near future. But guys, that wraps up the news today. Hey, if you did enjoy the video, why not give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. This event sounds absolutely huge, and I can't wait to hear exactly what Treyarch has planned for it. But I want to thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you with another Zombies news video tomorrow. Peace.